Hello, everyone. Welcome to this special podcast with me, Ben Lister. Hope you are well. Right, this is episode 2 of the Radio Legends podcast. My interview was with Rob Chadwick of kcfm and how he got there and what he does now and would he ever go back to kcfm. So all the questions are in the podcast and here it is now. Hope you enjoy it and I'll see you. Hello, everyone. Welcome to a brand new podcast. A radio special and exclusive radio-based podcast documenting the life and times of all radio stations from Radio 1 to Radio Caroline to Radio Luxembourg to all different radio stations like Viking FM, Radio Air, Radio Hallam and loads more even. But today we are focusing on KCFM and today's guest is a broadcaster from KCFM. It's the legendary Rob Chadwick. Hello Rob, welcome along.
Thanks for inviting me, Ben. Pleasure to be here.
How are you doing today?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm having a bit of time off work, my normal job, my normal 9 till 5. So relaxing, playing a bit of golf, went to watch a bit of horse racing. So yeah, things are good at the moment.
That's good. Five questions about KCFM, if that's okay.
Yep, let's go.
Awesome, let's go for it. You ready to rumble in the jungle?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's go for it. Question 1. What made you go on the radio and what made you go to KCFM?
Well, quite a long time ago now. I was the matchday commentator for Hull Kingston Rovers, working on all the matches, and them games would go out on DVDs for the supporters to buy. And over the years, people seem to enjoy them. And it was a chance meeting, really, between Tim Gibson and Paul Lakin in his first spell as the Hull KR CEO. Tim was looking for a commentator for the Hull Kingston Rovers shows on KCFM, which was about to launch. He'd got David Doyle-Davidson, the legendary BBC Humberside commentator, to make the switch to KCFM, but at that time he'd not managed to secure a commentator for Hull Kingston Rovers games, and Paul suggested my name to Tim, and I met up with Tim. He outlined what he would be looking for, and it was a nice, exciting challenge, and I joined the KCFM team from that point.
What influenced that decision?
It was something I'd always wanted to have a go at, really. Obviously, one of my passions is Hull Kingston Rovers, so to be able to go on the radio and be in people's cars and kitchens and people listening at home, if unfortunately they couldn't get to the games, and you can paint pictures with words and describe what is happening in that game, then I just thought it was an exciting thing to do, and it was something I never ever regretted. It was a very enjoyable time. I met some lovely people, and there's some great memories. Some of the games commentated on Hull KR for KCFM were fantastic, and there's just some very nice memories.
Brilliant. That covers the first 2 questions. Question 3, what was your greatest achievement at KCFM?
Well, achievements. I think some of the derby games, the commentaries were quite memorable. Myself and DDD, David Doyle-Davidson, he was a lovely bloke, by the way, very helpful. Obviously, he had years of experience and I was brand new to the radio industry. But I think one of the achievements was making some lifelong friends as well. It's a very close, tight-knit community, is radio. And yeah, I've got some friendships from there that I've still got to this day. So I suppose that's probably the greatest achievement. Standout games, there was one against St Helens where about 10 minutes from the end of the game, I started actually losing my voice, which was quite amusing now, but at the time it was a little bit panicky. I just about managed to get to the 80 minutes with my voice intact.
Brilliant. As you say, yeah, that was brilliant. You must have been talking quite a lot then if you're about to lose your voice.
I'm quite renowned for my excitable, passionate style of commentary, Ben. So I think it was quite an end-to-end game that day and lots of action. So yeah, I was a little bit croaky come the end of the match, and I just about managed to get the commentary done.
What was your favourite part about the job at KCFM?
I was quite proud of representing KCFM at that time. They were a brand new station. They'd only just launched. I remember Tim taking me into the building where the broadcasts were gonna be made, where it was transmitted from, and it was only half built still. So to be there at the very beginning, I think it launched on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, and our first Hull KR game was on the Friday night. And it was a massive one for Hull Kingston Rovers because they were playing Salford away, and whoever won that game would probably survive in the Super League, and whoever lost it would probably be relegated, and that's how it turned out. Hull KR won that game and went on to stay in the Super League.
Brilliant. Yeah, that's brilliant. That is. We'll now go on to question 4. Is it 4? Yeah. What was your favourite part about the job at KCFM?
Yeah, I think we're on to question 5 now, Ben.
Yeah, sorry. If ever, question 5, last question on my list. If ever KCFM did return, would you ever go back?
Oof, that's a tough question because when KCFM stopped doing rugby commentary, when Links FM kind of took over, and to be honest, I think they thought covering the sport locally was a little bit too expensive, so they cut it. I then went back to Hull KR and worked for Eon Media doing Hull KR TV, which I still do to this day. So it was lovely to do radio, and I did a few bits for Hull Kingston Radio, helping Pete Mills out occasionally when he was short of a commentator. I'd probably not go back nowadays, Ben. It was a lovely experience. It was a nice, memorable part of my life, and it opened a few doors, and I met a lot of people. But I think now I would stick with the Hull KR TV commentaries. But as I say, it was a great time. It was very enjoyable.
Yeah, as you say, would the if you hadn't done KCFM, would you have done the Hull KR commentaries?
Yeah, I've been doing the Hull KR commentaries all told for around 20 years now. So I would have been involved in some shape or form. The couple of years I went to KCFM for was quite good because they pointed out that I had quite a Hullish accent. Like most people in Hull, I would drop the odd letter here and there, and I just needed to work on that a little bit. And as I say, David Doyle Davidson passed on some good tips on how to be a commentator and react to certain situations. So it was, I'd never change my time there. It was fantastic. Met some great people, Tim and Anne Marie in particular. Andy Fee, Pete Mills, James Clark, who is now involved at Hull FC in a very prominent role. Dave Hudson. There's too many to mention, but yeah, it was a great time.
Brilliant. That's it for today. Thank you for joining us, Rob.
That's my pleasure, Ben. Thank you.
Here on the Radio Legends podcast. Hopefully it's brought some memories back for yourself.
Yeah, nice to reminisce and remember those good days.
Yeah, do join me again. Thank you very much for joining me, everyone. Do join me again for another Radio Legends podcast. But for now, please give it up for the legendary Rob Chadwick. Thank you very much for listening and watching. This will be available on wix.com, my website, and my YouTube channel, so keep abreast at that. Thank you very much for watching and listening. And as I always say, that's a wrap.